Hi guys, hello. So today I noticed that I opened this YouTube channel since 2024, right? So it's been some time, but it has been redundant. So this year I took it upon myself to really um, let my dreams come true. And what is my dream? My dream is really to just share my life experiences and what my journey has been like, hoping that my journey will inspire many people. It will bring questions that I will share my journey and it will help one or two persons. Okay, so my name is Winifred, as I mentioned before. I was born and raised from Uganda, the northern parts of Uganda, I can say. So I speak Acholi, or I speak the Luo language. So if there's some Luos or Acholis who are watching this, hello, Kobadi. Um, so yeah, when I was about 26 years old, I relocated and I moved to Europe. Specifically, I moved to Belgium, right? So my journey started there. Why did I move? So I moved because I came to further my studies, just like every young, ambitious girl or boy back home. I did my degrees. I was working, and after working for probably 3 or 4 years, I felt like I needed more for myself. I feel like I was yearning for more knowledge. I wanted to further myself, and I felt like I wanted to do that and not wait for too long. And I had really some years of experience, so I started applying. I did some applications to many places, but yeah, I got a chance to come and study in Belgium, right? So I took a plane and I came to Belgium to study. Um, and when I reached here, I studied for 2 years. I completed my study and I went back home. I went back to Uganda. During my studies here, I met a friend, now my husband, right? I met him. And so when I was back in Uganda, I was back in Uganda for some time and then I eventually came back to live here. To make the story short, it's a long story. If you really want to know the full story, comment story, and then one day I will organize time and really give you the details of how my life was structured or is still structuring actually. So I moved to Belgium to live here. So that's how I got here, right? Um, I want to create this channel or this YouTube channel basically because I want to share my life journey. I want to share my experience because I have living here, right, for already 6 years. In September this year, actually, yeah, next month, I will be 6 years living here. And I realized that the journey of leaving your home country to move to a new country is one of the most challenging things that you'll ever do in your lifetime, right? Well, besides marriage and having children, right? Marriage is one of the things that really alter your life. Having children is one of them, but also leaving your home and moving to a totally new country, to a totally new place, to a new territory, is one of the most difficult decision that a human being gets to make in their lifetime. And this is very true. And why is this? Because you then leave your whole home country, you leave your friends, you leave your culture, you uproot yourself, and you move to a totally new place. Most times we don't realize that is actually who we are is actually a byproduct of the environment that we are from. So, from because of your friends, because of your family, because of the connections that you have. That's why you are the way you are. So when you uproot yourself, when you move away from that environment and you move to a totally new place, you kind of lose yourself unknowingly, and you have to start recultivating yourself. More of like you have to, it's like a rebirth. You have to start redefining yourself, recultivating yourself, and that is something that is quite, can be quite challenging if you don't have the right tools, the right people around you. And that's mainly the reason why I want to create this channel. So I want to create this channel to build a platform so that I can share my experience, I can share my journey, I can share my opinions, so that anyone who is out there maybe can relate to it. And if someone has questions, they can ask these questions and we can share not only our challenges but also our positive stories, right? Because through this journey of moving and leaving our homes, we have discovered a lot of opportunities. We have discovered so many things that we could also share. with, for example, the people that are planning to move abroad, the people that are already living abroad, right? But also not also that, but how do the people that are already living here, how can we make our lives more positively, not to just live, but to thrive where we are, right? And I feel like having a platform where we share this kind of information, where we have this live as people, not only just Africans that move to Europe, but also other people that can just relate to our stories, because at the core of it all, we are human beings and we relate more to the core of being a human and not really to whether someone is black or white, even if we maybe probably relate more if someone is black and white, right? But just the human experience, many people can relate to it to the different level. So if you're out there and you are living in another place other than your country of birth, right? And this does not mean even intercontinental, right? Because a lot of migrations actually happen within a country. Did you know that more people migrate within the country than outside the country? So there's this rural urban migration, that means people are moving from the rural areas and going to the urban areas. That seems like it's a small move, but it's actually also not a small move. It's also a big alteration in someone's life. Now, intercontinental movements, where you leave your continent and you move to a totally different continent, it's also another kind of migration. So I'm talking about and looking at the general picture of a full migration lens, whether it's inter-migration, of whether it's intra-migration within your country, or it's inter-migration or internationally, you're leaving your country, you're moving to another country, or you're even leaving your continent and moving to another continent. So that's the reason why this platform is here. So please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because we'll be sharing our experiences, we'll be sharing knowledges, and we'll be sharing so many things that could impact lives of people, or lives of people that are just joining the diaspora, or those who are just here in the diaspora, navigating our journeys. Really, how is our journey, how is our life, how can we improve that, how can we make it better, how can we work together to make that actually a better place, a better life, how can we share our experiences to those that are still coming, those are still young. We're going to share many parts of our lives. We're going to talk about marriage, intermarriages, for example. If you marry someone that looks like you, and if you marry someone who doesn't look like you, we're going to talk about all those things. You're also not going to forget about parenthood, raising children in the diaspora, raising children in Europe, raising children. My reference will be more in Europe, because that's where my environment is, and that's where my experiences are within the borders. But just raising children out of your comfort zone, out of family, and you being the center of parenting, how is that going? So generally, we are just going to be checking on each other, enjoying sharing our experiences on this platform. So please subscribe to this channel, be a part of this community, and let's move this journey together. So until next time, bye. God bless everyone. Bye.